guys, welcome back to my channel, Silvana BNL. This is Silvana here. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing great and you're having a fabulous day or night, whatever time it is of the day where you at and where you're watching this. Today we're making another cooking video. We are making the most amazing rice you'll ever taste and kind of a green bean stew. Kind of like, because this is the way we eat the green beans and rice in Egypt, and we love the way it tastes, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And also we're doing this as vegans because we're Lenting right now, but you can always add meat into it, and if you're adding meat, saute the meat a little bit with the onions and the garlic before you add your tomato sauce and your green beans. So give the meat a little cooking before you add, like I said, the tomatoes and the green beans. First thing you need to rough chop an onion. Just rough chop. You don't need to make it perfect. You know, you're not on a cooking show. If you can, you would. I don't see why not, but you don't have to. So rough chop 1 medium-sized onions and about a handful of garlic, rough chop as well. You can do it in the grinder, but it's just much easier for me to do it by hand. And you can also use the minced garlic, the already minced garlic. Apparently, I don't know how to talk. You can use that as well, but for us Egyptians, we don't really have that in Egypt, so I just use the garlic that we like, the one we have in Egypt. We cut it from like raw, but we have the frozen one, which is kind of the similar way. Anyway, rough chop that and toss it into the fire with about a tablespoon of olive oil. You can use butter, or ghee, like we talked about in the kah. There's a difference between butter and ghee. You can use ghee if you're not fasting or if you're not being vegan right now. But since we are doing it as vegans, we're using the olive oil. Bring your pot, put your olive oil in, and toss in the onions and the garlic and cook the onions first by itself for about 2 minutes. It's about a tablespoon of olive oil. That's what I'm saying right now. Cook the onion by itself for about 2 minutes just to give it that beautiful yellow color, and then dump the garlic in. Also cook it for about 2 minutes to get it, simmering together and all that stuff. You need to saute it a little more, before you actually put in anything, because to take away that strong taste of onions and garlic. So cook it for about 2 minutes. The onions by itself, 2 minutes, onions and garlic. Don't forget to keep stirring it, because you don't want it to burn. Just keep stirring it. Don't let it sit on the fire by itself. After the 2 to 3 minutes with both the onions and the garlic, start throwing in your tomato sauce. I am using tomato paste first, 1 can of tomato paste, because we love that really dark red sauce. So I'm using a tomato paste can, and then I'm gonna use 2 tomato sauce cans. If you have fresh tomato, go for it. Just do it in the mixer. Mix it very well in the mixer and throw it in. It tastes much better with fresh tomato, but I didn't have fresh tomato, so I'm using the cans. And this is one of the easiest meals you can make in less than half an hour. I don't think I'm speeding anything up in this video. It doesn't look like I am. And as you can see, the entire meal takes me about 20 minutes. So it's even less than half an hour. So easy, so tasty. If you add the meat, it will only add about 5-10 minutes max, which I doubt you're gonna saute the meat for 10 minutes. 5 minutes sauteing of the meat before you add your tomato sauce, so if you're eating it with meat. So it is so easy, it is so tasty, and like I said, it's also so very affordable. I don't think I've said that before, I'm saying it now. It's very affordable, and you can use all the stuff that you have in your pantry already. You don't need to go out and get, and buy stuff to make this meal. You would already have tomato sauce in your pantry. You would have onions, garlic. You would have olive oil. I have not used anything that you would not have in your pantry. And green beans, you can use fresh green beans or you can use the frozen ones. So I'm pretty extra sure you would have that as well. For the seasoning we're using, salt and pepper to taste. I like extra salt, as you guys can see. So I'm putting the salt and the pepper that I like. And then I'm adding, I think black pepper. Oh, and add your seasoning definitely before you add the green beans, because green beans doesn't take long to cook. So you want the seasoning to boil with the tomato sauce to actually give that stew that savory taste you're looking for. We're also adding about a tablespoon of cumin. Cumin is very important with green beans. With any beans, really, cumin is really important. I am also adding about a half a tablespoon of ground coriander. This gives it a beautiful taste. Just add it, try this, trust me, you will not regret. You will not regret making this. Like I said, so easy, so tasty, so affordable. You'll love it, trust me. Anyway, I am also going to add the vegetable soup mix. This is kind of like the bouillon, the chicken bouillon, but this is the vegetable version. I feel like it. I'm adding about 1 teaspoon of that. And like I said, this is for the taste. Honestly, you don't need to add it. It tastes so good on its own. But me personally, I like a lot of seasoning in my food. Any food I make, I usually do a lot of seasoning because I love the seasoning. I love the way it tastes in in any meal. I love the way it tastes. The seasoning is like my most important, as my husband. He's used to eating bland food because his parents both diabetic and whatever, so they can't really have that much seasoning. So they always cook. No, sorry. His mother has high blood pressure, so she can't have salt. The salt makes her high blood pressure rise, so she cannot have salt. So all of their food is usually bland, no seasoning. So he's used to that. But when we got married, he's like, babe, you use a lot of seasoning. But I'm like, I know. And the food tastes amazing, doesn't it? He's like, yeah, but I'm just not used to it. Anyway, we're adding 2 bags of green beans, and then we are going to let it boil, give it a little boil, then lower the heat to medium and let it cook for about 15-20 minutes. Alrighty? Now for the rice. Woohoo! Alrighty. Rice is very simple and it tastes so good, but I feel like there are some secrets that if you guys do, it will make such a difference with your rice. So I'm starting with a little bit of olive oil, like a table and a half spoon, like 1 or 1.5 tablespoons. This is called sharaya. We usually get that from the Arabic store. I'm adding about 2 handful of this. We usually get that from the Arabic store because this is the vegan version. If you're eating eggs and milk and whatever, You can use the egg noodles that are in ShopRite. So this is also it's not that hard to get. Put it in the oil, saute it a little bit. Just as soon as it starts giving a little color, add the rice. You don't need to wait that long. So saute it a little bit. While this is sauteing, to give it that color, start putting in your water on the kettle. Decide how many cups of rice you're making. We're making 3, so I'm putting 4.5 cups of water in the kettle. When you hit the rice after it's sauteed with hot water, it makes it cook really well. First of all, faster, and it makes the rice grains, cook separately, and it tastes so good. So it doesn't make it mushy or the water increase or whatever. All of that helps. The hot water helps all of that. So we're adding the water on this pot, and then I'm adding 3 cups of rice. 3 cups of rice, and as you can see, I'm also gonna saute it a little bit before I add my water. So the measurement is, for each cup of rice, put 1.5 cups of water. Or if you don't have time to measure all of that, after a while you start picking up where you're gonna do the iron measurements. It helps to know. So when you're cooking rice, when you're adding the water, you want the water to rise above the rice level by a finger knuckle. So the first finger knuckle, if you can dip it in, of course don't if the water is hot. But if it's not, if you're using cold water, you can. But like I said, the hot water is better. Just stick in your finger. If you can see it's a knuckle rise on the water on top of the rice, then you're good. Your rice will be fine. Seasoning it with the complete seasoning and also with the adobe seasoning. Those give it the greatest taste, honestly. And like I said, I love my seasoning. I'm also adding the vegetable and soup mix, but I wanted to give the rice a little stir so nothing burns on the bottom. The hot water also helps with not letting the rice stick on the bottom of the pan. It makes the rice cooks thoroughly, makes it non-stick, and every grain of rice cooks by itself. It tastes so good, you guys. Try it this way and I promise you will not regret it. So I'm adding with this a little bit of salt, just a touch of salt, because all of these seasonings that I put already had salt in it. So I'm adding just a touch of salt after this, so that to fix the rice, to make sure that the rice is salted enough to the way we like it. Another thing, when you're cooking, don't be afraid to taste your own food. Because if you don't know what your food's gonna taste like, how are you gonna know if people are gonna like it or not? It's okay to taste your food while you're cooking it. Okay? So, cook it a little bit. As you guys can see, the rice is starting to whiten a little bit, which means it's starting to cook. So, that's good. You want this. So stir it as much as possible. Now it's good. It's ready. So now you can start adding your water. My advice, do not throw in the water like the whole thing. Don't dump it in. Little by little. Start little by little. So you see, I'm only adding a little bit and then I'm stopping, letting the bubbles go down. Again, little bit, stopping, little the bubbles go down. And look at what I'm looking at. Look at the measure. Wait until the bubble stops, which it will soon. This is the measurements. As you can see, the water is on top of the rice by a knuckle, the first knuckle of the finger. You know? See the bubbles are stopping now? Yeah. See? You can still see the rice while you're stirring, but while you're not, it's not that obvious unless you actually pay attention. It's a finger knuckle away from the surface of the water. Anyway, Cover it for about 2 minutes. Let that water absorb through the rice and let it sit for a bit. After the 2 minutes have passed, lower the heat to medium. As you can see, the water absorbed a little bit, but it's not fully absorbed. That's okay. Lower the heat to medium and give it a really good stir. Cover it again for another 2 minutes. By then, the water should be almost completely absorbed. Not fully absorbed. As you can see, once I give it a stir, you'll see that the water is not fully absorbed, but it's almost. We're gonna lower the heat to low. This is simmer now. The water is almost completely absorbed, as you can see. Give it one last stir, and then once that is done, cover it. Cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes. And we'll see how it is when we come back. Checking on the green beans. It looks like it's cooked. Maybe give it like 10, no. Checking on the green beans. It looks like it's almost cooked. Maybe another 5 minutes and it will be done. Yay. But now that it's almost done, lower the heat to medium so it doesn't burn on the bottom. Okay, now for the moment I've been all waiting for. The rice is cooked and so is the green beans. We're all done now, so presentation time. Get yourself a flat plate and a small bowl. This is how they present it. If you go to a restaurant or something in Egypt and you ask for this is how they present it. So they fill the bowl. I'm sure everybody knows how to do this, but I'm just gonna do it just to be on the safe side if anybody doesn't know. So we fill the bowl like this, put the plate on top, upside down of course, and then turn it, both of them together, and twist, and make sure the rice is out, and there you go.
Beautiful.
Nice. Oh, looks so good, you guys. Anyway, oops, forgot to turn off the fire. Almost burned the rice, but hey, we got it. Not a single rice grain burned, you guys. It looked so good. So safe. It was saved. Anyway, green beans is also done now, so I'm also going to turn off the fire. Look at how beautiful these green beans look. Every bean is cooked. It looks just dark green color. Look at how heavy that tomato sauce is. Like I said, we love our heavy tomato sauces, so it looks so good, you guys.
Okay.
I can't wait to try this. Oh my god, why am I gonna wait? I can try it right now. Yum! Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. I can't wait, you guys. That tastes so good. Oh. The rice now. Honestly, this is the best rice you'll ever try. It's so good. Don't just take my word for it. We have our taste tester coming up. Oh, look at this. Seriously, you guys. Look at this rice. Every grain is cooked by itself. It looks so delicious, so yummy. And honestly, guys, try it this way and you will never eat it any other way. It's so good.
Very good. Very good. Let me try some of this. Mmm. Mmm. That is good. That's different. Mmm. Excellent. Very good. I'm hungry now.
So you're gonna eat the whole plate?
Absolutely.
Woo-hoo! We got our approval, guys! Yes! You're gonna love it. Just try it and you're gonna love it. Okay, let me get it back on me now because my camera woman doesn't like being on camera.
No, I do not.
Anyway, well, I had to put my hair up for the camera because I don't want my hair to get on the food, you know? It's not the thing. But anyway, this is it for today's look. But not look. What do I say? Anyway, this is it for today's food. I'm used to saying this is today's makeup, but that's okay. Don't mind me. Rice and green beans. It tastes so good, you guys. You have to try it. This is the way we make it, us Egyptians anyway. So, you're gonna like it. If you do, please subscribe to my channel, like, share with your friends, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every week when I post a new video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Mwah!